Abdullah Hashem, an Egyptian-American religious leader, is the founder of the Ahmadi religion of peace and light. His followers see him as the awaited Mahdi, a prophesied redeemer in Islam. Hashem claims to be the successor to figures like Jesus and Muhammad, and his teachings often shake up mainstream Islamic beliefs. This movement has spread across the globe, mainly through online platforms and the documentary series The Arrivals. Despite facing controversy and persecution, they keep drawing in followers from all around the world. So what's behind Abdullah Hashem's teachings? Where do they come from? Well, it looks like his ideas mix together a bunch of different thoughts. He really digs into Islamic texts, both the Quran and Hadith, but interprets them in a unique way, focusing on the end times, the Mahdi, and the Dajjal or Antichrist. He spins these prophecies to fit his own story, which is pretty interesting, right? His concept of a continuous line of divine successors, like Imams and Mahdis, comes from 12th Shia Islam, but he puts his own twist on it by claiming to be the second of 12 Mahdis, a notion that's not really found in mainstream Shiism. There's also a hint of Gnosticism and esotericism in his thoughts. Some of his ideas, like the pre-earth covenant being a test for spiritual rank, echo ancient Gnostic beliefs. Gnosticism often involves secret knowledge and a dualistic view of the world, suggesting humanity is stuck in a material realm and needs a special messenger to break free. His series The Arrivals also dives into various conspiracy theories and esoteric ideas. At the end of the day, the core of his authority comes from his claim to be a divinely appointed successor, sharing new revelations for our time. He positions himself as the only one who can truly interpret divine will in this age, making his teachings feel fresh and relevant. Before Abdullah Hashem kicked off the Ahmadi religion of peace and light, he was mainly known as a documentary producer and an online media personality. He wasn't your typical religious scholar or cleric. His big break came with his viral YouTube series, The Arrivals, which he launched around 2008. This series really put him on the map. Here's a quick look at his career during that time. Producer and content creator, Hashem's main gig was all about creating and producing The Arrivals. The series stood out for its unique editing style, mixing clips from movies, news reports, and lectures to tell a compelling story. Conspiracy theorist and researcher, he crafted his public image as a researcher on a mission to uncover hidden truths. The Arrivals combined Islamic prophecies about the end times with a bunch of Western conspiracy theories, like the Illuminati, Freemasonry, and the New World Order. Media personality. Thanks to the series' popularity, he became a well-known figure online, especially among young Muslims. His audience saw him as an expert on eschatology and global conspiracies. Broadcaster, he didn't stop at YouTube. He co-founded a satellite channel called the Black Banners of the East, which kept the same themes going strong. In a nutshell, Hashem wasn't in a traditional job. He built a powerful online presence. He used his skills as a producer and his focus on popular conspiracy theories to attract a large, dedicated audience, which eventually laid the groundwork for his religious movement after his declaration in 2015. The public reaction to Abdullah Hashem's 2015 declaration was a mixed bag, falling into three main groups. Acceptance by his followers. For his dedicated online fans, this declaration felt like the grand finale they had been waiting for. After years of diving into his content, they were ready for a big moment. When he announced that King Abdullah's death was the sign they had been looking for, they were all in. It was like, finally. It makes sense. This group became the backbone of his new movement, the Ahmadi religion of peace and light. Ridicule from mainstream Muslims. The broader Muslim community, including scholars and everyday folks, mostly laughed it off. Online, he was labeled a false prophet and a fraud. Instead of having serious discussions, it turned into mockery. Many viewed him as just another wannabe Mahdi in a long line of fakers throughout Islamic history. His flashy presentation style only fueled the belief that he was just putting on a show. Condemnation from other religious groups. As he started claiming to be the successor to Jesus and the true Pope, Christian groups weren't having it either. They called his take on their figures blasphemous. As his movement spread, some even branded him a dangerous deceiver or an antichrist figure. So, in a nutshell, his loyal fans embraced him, while most outsiders dismissed him as either delusional or deceptive. Global implications. The Ahmadi religion of peace and light is like a playbook for launching new religious movements in our digital world. It shows how a charismatic online leader can connect with people across the globe, breaking through traditional barriers. Pretty amazing, right? This movement is making some pretty bold claims, saying all major religions are outdated and their texts are flawed. As it picks up steam, it could really heat up tensions between different faiths and add to the online divide we see today. It's all about mixing conspiracy and faith. The Ahmadi religion of peace and light cleverly blends religious beliefs with conspiracy theories, creating a fascinating worldview that really speaks to those who feel let down by mainstream institutions. This could open the door for more hybrid movements that combine faith, political extremism, and misinformation, making them tricky to tackle with regular arguments. It really shakes things up for religious authority. By saying there's still divine revelation happening, this movement challenges big religions like Islam and Christianity, hinting that anyone with a good story and a solid online presence can be a messenger of God. From the unified perspective of mainstream Islamic scholarship and the authorities of other major world religions like Christianity and Judaism, Abdullah Hashem is unequivocally considered a fraud and a false prophet, not a true messenger of God. This conclusion is not based on minor interpretative differences but on his direct contradiction of their most foundational, non-negotiable doctrines. From the Islamic scholarly viewpoint, the judgment is absolute and based on two core principles. Violation of the finality of prophethood. Islamic creed is unanimous that the Prophet Muhammad is the seal of the prophets Khatam and Nabiyyin, as stated in the Quran 33-40. This means the chain of divine revelation and prophethood is complete. Any individual claiming to be a new messenger or to bring a new dispensation after him is, by definition, a false prophet. This is the single most decisive factor that invalidates his claim. Rejection of the Quran's sanctity. His teaching that the Quran is corrupted is an act of disbelief kafir in Islam. It contradicts God's own promise in the Quran 15:9 to preserve the scripture. For scholars, this demonstrates a break from the faith itself. His use of hadith and claims of lineage are dismissed as the well-worn tactics of false claimants throughout history, using ambiguous texts and self-serving interpretations that fail to meet the rigorous standards of Islamic scholarly criticism. From the viewpoint of other major religions, Christianity, mainstream Christian authorities view his claim to be the successor to Jesus and the true Pope as blasphemous. It negates the core Christian belief in the divinity and unique, final role of Jesus Christ and illegitimately attempts to usurp the authority of the Church. Judaism. From a Jewish perspective, the age of prophecy is long closed, and the covenant established with Moses remains central. Hashem's claims are external to their tradition and hold no authority. Conclusion. Therefore, there is no ambiguity. Mainstream religious authorities do not see Abdullah Hashem as a reformer or a valid new voice. They view him as a deceptive figure who has fabricated a new religion by misappropriating and distorting the scriptures and core beliefs of established faiths to legitimize his own claims to power and authority.